Today, I'm going to talk about one of the most intricate and consequential conflicts of our time, the South China Sea conflict. The conflict dates back centuries, with various nations asserting their sovereignty over this resource-rich waters. The South China Sea has long been a cultural and trade hub connecting nations through sea routes. Historical records reveal that China's navigational activities in these waters can be traced back to the Han Dynasty. The 19th century saw the emergence of colonial powers in the region, further complicating the territorial landscape. The Treaty of Paris in 1898, for instance, transferred the Philippines from Spanish to American control, a decision with lasting implications. But what elevates this conflict to the global stage? Geopolitics, my friends. Let's talk about the geopolitical leanings that shape the strategies of nations involved. China, with its assertive claims, seeks to expand its influence and secure vital sea lanes for trade. On the opposing side, countries like Vietnam, the Philippines, and Japan, driven by their national interest, resist China's dominance. The turn of the 21st century witnessed China's more assertive stance, asserting historical rights over a significant portion of the South China Sea through its nine-dash-line claim. This bold move raised concerns among neighboring nations and the international community. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations played a pivotal role in the region's geopolitics. Its efforts to promote unity and negotiate a code of conduct for the South China Sea underscore the complex dynamics at play. Now, let's spotlight the countries entangled in this geopolitical chessboard. China, a rising superpower, employs historical narratives to legitimize its claims. On the other hand, Vietnam and the Philippines challenge these claims, fueled by their own historical connections and international law. The United States also enters the fray, concerned about maintaining a balance of power in the region. China's historical narratives are used to justify its expansive claims, even though they clash with international legal norms. This approach has led to increased friction with its neighbors. Vietnam has consistently contested China's claims, given its historical connections to the Paracel and Spratly Islands. The two nations clashed in 1974 over the Paracels, a dispute that continues to impact their relations. In 2013, the Philippines filed a case against China at the Permanent Court of Arbitration, challenging the validity of China's nine-dash-line. The landmark ruling in 2016 favored the Philippines and invalidated China's claims. The United States, although not a claimant state, has strategic interest in the region. Its military presence and support for its allies in the South China Sea reflect its commitment to preserving a balance of power. The South China Sea isn't merely a dispute over maritime territory. It's about access to vast reserves of oil, natural gas, and vital trade routes. The stakes are high, and maintaining a delicate equilibrium is crucial to avoid an all-out conflict. Any spark could ignite a fire with global repercussions, shaking the very foundations of international stability. The South China Sea is believed to hold substantial energy reserves, including oil and natural gas. These resources are crucial for the energy-hungry economies of Asia. Approximately one-third of global maritime trade passes through these waters, making them vital for the economies of nations far beyond the region. The militarization of artificial islands by China and the increased presence of military assets by other claimant states have heightened tensions and the risk of accidental conflict. Now, let's gaze into the crystal ball and examine the potential consequences of this ongoing conflict. Economic disruptions, diplomatic tensions, and military posturing. The ripples extend far beyond the shores of the countries directly involved. A prolonged conflict could disrupt maritime trade, impacting global supply chains and economic growth. The conflict strains diplomatic relations among nations involved, affecting broader regional cooperation efforts. Escalation could lead to a broader arms race and shifts in power dynamics, potentially destabilizing the region and beyond. As we navigate these murky waters of geopolitics, let's not forget the importance of diplomacy and international laws. Multilateral platforms such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea provides a framework for resolving disputes peacefully. However, the path to a resolution is paved with challenges, as conflicting interests often overshadow cooperation. UN clause serves as a cornerstone for managing maritime disputes and balancing competing claims with a rules-based approach. The complex web of historical claims, nationalist sentiments, and different interpretations of international law makes finding a comprehensive solution challenging. It's easy to get lost in the narratives of power struggle and territorial claims, but amidst this complexity, there's a hope for a better future. By fostering dialogues, upholding international norms, and promoting transparency, nations can transcend their differences and build a more stable and cooperative world.